My Rabbi Rav Asher Weiss asks a fascinating question. We know that every Jewish home is supposed to be a Migdash Ma'at, a dwelling place for the divine presence, corresponding to the Beis Hamikdash. A home of Torah, corresponding to the Menorah. A home of prayer, corresponding to the Mizbeach and the Karbanis. A home of Gemilas Chasadim, of acts of kindness, corresponding to the Shulchan. We also know there was another aspect to the Avodah in the Beis Hamikdash, and that was the Avodah Leviim. As we find in this week's parasha, that the Leviim opened and closed the door. The Leviim were the gatekeepers of the Beis Hamikdash. So too in every Jewish home, it's important to be gatekeepers, to make sure that the outside influence doesn't penetrate our house, that inappropriate material, whether sexual in nature or kfira, don't make it through our doors. But as Rav Asher Weiss, there was another aspect to Avodah Leviim, and that was that the Leviim were Mishirim, the Leviim were singers. Why is that necessary for a Jewish home's Avodah to make it a Migdash Ma'at, a dwelling place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu? What does singing have to do with the service of making our homes the Migdash Ma'at? Explains Rav Asher Weiss, without the singing aspect, singing represents happiness. Without happiness, it doesn't matter how good you guard your home, but if your home's not a happy place, they'll figure out how to get out. They'll figure out how to bring the influence from the streets into the home, because they'll be going and searching for happiness, thinking maybe we could find it over there. That's why it's extremely important, and it's the only way to do it, to make sure the Jewish home is the happiest place on earth. And when your Jewish home is the happiest place on earth, then they don't have to go looking out for others. So then the gatekeeping, which is extremely important, would work, and the influence from outside won't penetrate into your home. And then you can truly build a Migdash Ma'at, a home of Torah, Avodah, Gemilas Chasadim, with the divine presence resting within it. My blessing to us all is that we should be successful in creating that happy home and be successful in our gatekeeping, that we could truly turn our homes into a home of Torah, a home of prayer, a home of acts of kindness. And with that, we'll create a true Migdash Ma'at. And may that bring us to get the true Beis Hamikdash. May it come speedily in our times. Amen. Good Shabbos.